So
another day.
So we were going to do this last week, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we couldn't do it, and we wanted to get it out quick because it's like so much to talk about.
So much going on.
I know, but I'm glad we didn't do it last week now because the Grammys happened.
The Grammys, of course. The Grammys, how could we miss it? What went down? What went down at the Grammys?
Nudity, madness. It seems ceremonial, satanic nonsense.
The usual.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, what is it?
I saw them.
Yeah, let's see. What is it with
their outfits?
Well, what's wrong with Will Smith's family for a start? I mean, what's all?
Oh, they're damaged though, aren't they?
What's all that about?
Willow, cover up, girl. Why is she wearing that?
I mean, she don't look comfortable, does she?
No.
Really?
What's she doing with her fingers? What's all that about?
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah, what is that? That's interesting. What's with the teeth there? Has she got some kind of? Anyway, it don't matter about that, but.
Do you know what? I like her music, don't get me wrong. Right. I do like her music. And she's also come out to say her dad's a bit of a wrong-un.
Has she, yeah? Interesting.
Yeah, she has. Like, I don't think they talk much. Because, and if you listen to some of the lyrics in the music...
Right, well, I must admit, but what is that? So he's come out he's basically come out in a project he's done in school, stuck it on his head.
It does look like what you do in school.
But
is it a message? Is it a subliminal message though, wearing a castle on your head?
Is it not?
What does it mean?
I mean, is it kind of humiliation ritual thing? This, or are we? Yeah, does he think he looks good? He might think he looks good.
Yeah.
He might wear a different castle on his head every day or something.
What castle is it? I don't get it. What castle is this on your head?
I don't really understand.
They've always been out there though.
You know, I was watching a clip this morning, the 80s, the Grammys in the 80s, and it was like
normal.
Good music, like best song of whatever. And you know, best artist or whatever, and they were like good music and like good artists and stuff. And then Beyonce wins country like artist of the year or something. How does that even happen?
Yeah, but Beyonce, it's like everyone's got to thank Beyonce.
Yeah,
they've all got to thank Beyonce for everything.
There's clear hierarchy shit going on there.
There is.
Yeah, there is.
There's weird shit, and her daughter's a bit.
But what's going on? I mean, there's some. I mean, she don't look comfortable. Bianca Censori. I mean, but look at him. What's he? What's this?
Kanye!
What's this behaviour? What is this behaviour?
Oh my God!
Seriously.
Can you imagine rocking up at like a 50th and just being, "Hi everyone."
Someone rocked up at my 50th.
This is my outfit.
Can you imagine if I walked
Give me
out
a Grammy.
and I've got my Bianca outfit on?
Look at Kanye just watching her.
He's like
a freak.
But who's handling who here?
Yeah, I know. And what's it about? Like,
what's it about?
What's it really about?
Weren't they asked to leave as well? Something.
Yeah, they were asked to go. No wonder.
But it's just
she's naked.
It's all nonsense, distraction.
Yeah,
nonsense. But what are they gaining from that? I don't really understand. You know, and
is it literally just to put another story in the papers so you don't look at?
I don't know.
Really
well, that happens.
Here's a naked woman to look at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't look at anything else.
Don't look at anti-Semitism kind of new order, executive order we've just signed in America. Don't do that.
Look at this naked woman.
And what would Zelensky wear if he went there?
Oh my God, Zelensky!
Actually, Zelensky would just turn up in his Action Man outfit, wouldn't he? Let's be serious.
He
No matter what, he'd wear his Action Man outfit.
Like a little soldier out of Toy Story,
walking over with his bags full of millions that he's laundering everywhere,
like stolen from everywhere.
Carly, what a mad period!
I know. And we're only, it's like February now.
We only talked a few weeks ago.
I know. And within the month, there's been so much that we can't even talk about everything that's happened.
I can't. You were going on...
The inauguration, I
know, what was that? Well, we'll get into that. But what... You've been going on about on Facebook for a while, planes
crashing. Yeah, I know.
I
have, because it's been in the back of my mind, because I've always thought of geomagnetic, because I'm one of these kind of I'm a pole shift believer. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, the Earth goes in cycles, the sun goes in cycles, and every cycle will have a cataclysm, and that's the way the world works. So when it comes to like the geomagnetic forces from above as below, and these planes crashing, I'm like, shit, it's heating up. The sun is powering up with its CMEs, because we hear about the CMEs all the time, and then you've only got to check the human resonance of the planet to know that something's not quite right here, and that will massively fuck up with all electronics and planes. So when planes started falling from the sky, I was like, this is a sign.
So this that's happened this past week or so is different, isn't it? Because you've got this Black Hawk thing, that Black
it's like planned, isn't it? You got to look at like
something's
planned.
Well, it's weird, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's really planet bloody weird.
I don't know how a helicopter flies into a plane.
But it's not that.
How does it happen?
Did you see how long it took for it to get to the plane?
I've heard the tower. Like the tower people. Yeah, people over the tower. As well with that Philadelphia one. That's a bit suspicious. The Philadelphia one.
Yeah.
Because
that's it. That's really odd as well. It goes down very fast, doesn't it?
It goes down fast, and then over the tower, you can hear the Philadelphia say medic, whatever plane, plane, and then the tower responds going, how have you gotten onto this, how have you gotten onto this radio wave? And next minute, the guy in the background's going, bum, bum, Next minute, the plane's crashed. The plane's crashed.
Wow.
And he's just like, that's a bit suspicious. Like, what's
that all about?
I know.
But if let's go in the Black Hawk thing, right? So that's the plane.
Yeah, you can see a plane. That's what I mean.
And there's a plane.
That's it going towards it. How can you not see a plane in front of your face?
That takes ages to get there.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. It's like it's night time, the lights are on.
It's weird.
And it's over the river, which I thought, that's convenient, isn't it? It's over the river, so...
Apparently they were saying something about the fact that the pilot for the Black Hawk was a transsexual and had something against Trump. So I don't know if they're just trying to spin something on that.
I've heard this. I've heard
I don't know anything.
it was such a diverse aeroplane or something like that, or diverse.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is weird to have so many come down in the past, because I'm sure they've said like 6 planes have come down in 48 hours in America. And I'm like, that's really
it's bizarre,
unusual.
So again, this is another, but you can see this a bit clearer now, so you can see how far away it is.
Yeah, so it's like you're heading towards a plane.
You're
heading towards a plane. You're heading towards a plane. Can you see the plane? Oh no, a mile later.
At what point do you go, I may have to move out the way
plane.
here?
Yeah. And then people have said, it wasn't a helicopter, it was a drone. So then it's like, well, who do you believe? What do you believe from that?
No, that's true. But then there's the flight path thing. Have you seen the flight path thing of it?
I've not seen the flight path.
Okay, so I don't know anything about this.
The cat's meowing. I'll just let
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
So the flight path. It seems to. I don't know how true this is because anyone could do this, I suppose. But apparently, that orange one is the helicopter. So it's already missed one plane there. And it's almost like it's aiming towards other planes. But I mean, obviously there will be height differences as well. So I don't really know.
But it's like it's turning to get to them almost.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
So it's almost like there's this mission.
Yeah, definitely. Over Washington as
Over
well.
Washington.
And you think,
Isn't it strange that? I mean, again.
It is a bit weird to not see. I'm sure if I was a helicopter pilot, I'd see a plane in front of me and go,
without a doubt you would, yeah.
Best like move around.
I'm pretty sure you would, yeah. You get it in the car, don't you? If you're able to slam on pretty quickly if you need to. You know, so that distance and that time, you'll be like, maybe it's like the Titanic, isn't it? Yeah. Oh shit, there's an iceberg. Oh no, it's like don't worry, it's not an hour away.
Oh dear.
We best move. You know, what is going on there? Well, like you say, the Philadelphia
one looked. Have you seen it falling from the sky? Everyone's saying it looked like a missile.
It comes down very fast.
It's left a dint.
Yeah, it is quick.
Very quick. Very quick.
Don't know.
And it's literally left a crater.
Has it? Yeah.
It's left a crater.
Wow.
In
Well, it's coming down pretty fast, isn't it?
But again, how's it just? What's happened? Why aren't they saying to us this happened? Like from the black box, you know, this has happened, or I don't know. It's just a bit.
Well, 9/11 would suggest the black boxes could be anything.
Yeah, true. They'll just make it up. You can't like they say. Oh, ice skaters were on that flight, weren't they?
That was it. On so the one that the helicopter hit was an ice skating team, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I don't really know much about it because I've not really looked too far into it. But there's some lady that was an ice skater. So apparently this lady Tonya Harding, she showed up on X for the first time. That got 10 million views. And there's something where this lady had attacked someone, I think, from the. Here we are. So yesterday, former figure skater Tonya Harding makes an announcement on X that she's opening an account. Now, the skater she had allegedly assaulted back in '94, Nancy Kerrigan, is speaking today at the Skating Club of Boston, whose members allegedly died in the DC plane crash.
Suspicious.
So, well, it is a bit weird, isn't it? Why she all of a sudden appears and then there's a plane crash.
Yeah, but they all come out the woodwork. Whenever there's freaking drama, they do kind of like, oh, I need to put myself out there.
But is there a planned event there then?
I mean, there's been so many planes coming down. I wouldn't be surprised if more come down either.
Yeah, well,
I'm surprised England, like, it's all America, isn't it? Because we've not really heard much in England, it seems to be.
No, not of that kind of incident, but we've got other things on in the UK. But when we were talking about the LA fires on the last one, we showed that film, didn't we? Well, there's a film. And it's called Flight Risk. So nothing predictable going on.
It's like snakes on a plane. They'll be next, won't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just the weirdest world, isn't it? And then
flight risk.
It's like we've got so much to talk about. And it's like we've got to try and get this all in as much as we can.
Yeah, you can never get it all in.
It's just, I mean, that in itself, the planes. That would be that. You know, you could talk half an hour to an hour just on that stuff alone, really. But we can't.
I bet someone's gone really into it. I bet they know.
Oh yeah.
All the people that were on the flight, they'll know.
There'll be detail for sure.
If you know, tell us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you know something, let us know. The infos.
Because there will be some real detail on that.
Yeah.
It's not normal to be unnormal, this world, isn't it? That's the thing.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I feel more normal day by day. Even though I'm a fucking weirdo. But everything out there, I'm like, actually, my life's pretty sane right now. Like, there's nothing too bizarre going on.
That's because we're aware. That's the awareness, though. And we're seeing the madness of the world as it is, and we're trying to. It's constant, isn't it?
You're watching the show.
You're watching this movie.
You're watching the show, and you're trying to. It's like a bloody murder mystery, aren't you? Like trying to figure out who's who, who's what. Because Trump, I have no fucking idea. I know everyone loves him, but I'm a bit like, come on now, guys.
I think it's important to be skeptical about anything and everyone.
Yeah, no.
And anything you see. That's my opinion, anyway. And Trump seems to just get a free pass every time in these circles we find ourselves in.
I know.
And I can't. I think it's important to talk about it. I mean, it's like RFK as well, and Elon Musk. They'll say good things and get you on board a bit with certain things, but then they'll take
There's
you
always
in different ways.
Yeah.
And so Trump in himself, so the hero is back.
Yeah, he's going to
save us.
He's going to save us from all these labels. Do you know what I mean? There's only two genders now. It's like, yeah, we already knew there were two genders.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
You're not saving us.
Of course, yeah, he brought
Do you know
that
what
out
I mean?
straight away.
It's almost like,
yeah,
but we know this. So
yeah.
Just because you're coming in as a saviour.
But it plays it well, though. But that shows to me it's a full show long term. So you put Biden in for 4 years, who clearly isn't a person who can manage to even probably wipe himself off the toilet, but yet he's the president of America, apparently, allegedly. The world goes completely leftist batshit crazy for 4 years, where then there's a man dressed as a woman in health and various, in charge of military and all sorts. It's like, what is going on here? To then everyone's going, I've had enough of this crazy leftist shit. Yeah. So we need sanity.
Around.
Yeah, we need sanity. So bring in a guy that's going to go, there's only two genders. That's it.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, our saviour has come.
Sanity.
But it's like they've pre-planned this whole delusional, crazy-ass batshit, like, Biden era. And then it's like, we'll bring someone in who's normal. Just normal. Not special. Just bring someone in as normal. And now everyone's like, yeah, it's amazing. Like, he's going to save us. And it's just going to spread across the pond to the UK, to, like, the reform, and all that jazz.
But it's interesting that you're saying that. So the reform thing, there's a lot of people who are saying these could be the change that's needed, because we've got all the leftist crap going on here. But they're all into the mRNA. They're all into it. All of it. They're all invested in the mRNA. Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
There's not one of them that's not.
It's the same hymn sheet, though, isn't it? It's control. That's what it's all about. It's controlling.
But I think going into the gender thing. So he's had his inauguration thing, which was it's a ceremony, in it. Let's be honest. But how can you not go on about gender equality and have this wonderful piece going on? You know what I mean? I can't imagine Trump being into that.
That's what I don't. It's like, the whole LGBTQTYZ whatever letters. Honestly, I always forget. But it's like he was against that. Yeah, he's bringing in I just
it's
like,
almost,
I think, God, there's so like, many mixed messages here. There's so many mixed, it's mockery.
It's mockery.
It is. Because I'm like, well, why would you bring them out if you like...
But it confuses people. Everything's done to confuse. If you can confuse people, bring fear and confuse people, then they're lost.
Yeah.
You're spinning around everywhere and you're like, you don't know where you're going.
Because you'll have some gay folks sat outside, you know, watching that going, oh, he's all right, Trump. He's all right. He's playing at YMCA.
Okay. But that leans perfectly into the TikTok ban.
Yeah.
So I was with my daughter that weekend that they were banning TikTok in America.
Yeah.
And my daughter's been on. She was on TikTok right at the beginning because she was there even before it was called TikTok. It was called Musical.ly. So she was on it then and doing stuff like as a kid, like making little videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she recognises that people obviously have now got their own businesses on TikTok and they make. So she was actually because she's quite liberal-minded, like I am in a way, you know. I care for people. Yeah. So she's like looking at these people who are losing their businesses at that point, and she's like, I feel really bad about this. And Trump's coming in, and he's an arsehole because he's banned TikTok, and then it's a day.
And again, it's
Trump's
like,
the hero.
I brought it back. It's like, I'll save you.
You know what I saw this morning about regarding TikTok as well. Trump is doing a deal with TikTok, and it all depends on the money.
And as an example, TikTok, we're going to be doing something perhaps with TikTok, and perhaps not. If we make the right deal, we'll do it. Otherwise, we won't.
If they pay enough money, this is some deal coming on.
Well, it was at his inauguration, weren't he? The China guy.
Oh, was he? Yeah.
Yeah, China, Elon, Mark.
China.
They're all there. Like, oh, we're ready for our monies. We're ready to get paid what to do.
The TikTok thing I think is fascinating. The Americans went on that Red Note app instead, so they're all piling into another Chinese app.
Dumb.
So within a day, everyone's shifted to this Red Note. But this is quite interesting. I'll just move that here. But bless the Americans, they started to see that they're actually enslaved by their own country.
I spent a couple hours just going through the site. The amount of money that they have to spend on groceries, for example, is peanuts compared to what we pay here in Canada, and I'm sure the same in the U.S. It's like night and day. Their world there is so much better than the way they portray it. They're not a repressed people. Go have a look. Seriously, you're going to get a rude awakening about the truth and the propaganda that we've been hand-fed for years, that China's our enemy.
The Chinese said that Americans are not free because the American TikTok refugees asked the Chinese, what stereotypes do you have about us? And I'm thinking they're going to say, like, we're fat and we like junk food. No. They said that we think that we are free, but we are not, that we live under an oligarchy, and that we essentially live in a corporation.
Well, they do.
And yet here we are learning about how affordable their cost of living is. How 90% of people in China own the place that they live in. How they don't really have homeless people. They don't have a drug problem. Like, their groceries are affordable. They only have to work one job in order to pay their bills. They were confused about having to pay for an ambulance ride. They literally have universal health care.
So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So the land of the free. And that that falls down to us in the UK as well. So we're completely enslaved and ripped off.
Yeah.
Completely. But then we're told in China that they're slaves.
I know. It's all lies. Have you seen them in nursery? Have you seen those kids in kindergarten?
No.
You Google Chinese kindergarten.
Okay.
The cooking, the cleaning, the making the lunch, the bloody doing gymnastics, the bouncing 2 bloody bouncy balls at the same time, and they're like 3 years old. And it's just like, whoa, we are so shit. we are. My kids aren't like this. My kid can't cook. My kid can't peel a corn and get a stove. And they're like making fires. And then you do think, like, have we just been told all this about China when actually it's the other way around. And it's
interesting, isn't it? That they it's almost like the Western kids. It's good to be fat and and lazy.
Consumerism,
and
though, like we've all been cut off. Our trade is basically all East, as in terms of our food, all our gadgets, electronics.
China
blah, blah, blah.
bought British Steel, didn't they? I think years ago.
Yeah, but then they make it out like we're these rich people.
We just owe. I'm sure China actually bought America out of a load of problems years ago, and I think
they still owe them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think something happened there.
I know they're in debt. I know, like
we're all in debt.
Everyone's in debt. But it is suspicious to think that China was probably feeding dumbass shit through TikTok to all the Western world. So just give them all this nonsense. Don't give them any information, because they control it. And now TikTok's, American people are like, oops.
But isn't it easier to control people that are fat, lazy, stressed out?
Of course it is.
Do you know what I mean? Distracted by all of this, like you're saying.
Ill.
We think that, look at these poor kids in China that are being made to do gymnastics and whatever. We're free. We can choose. We can choose to watch TV and eat donuts.
Yeah. No, it's not good, is it?
It's different perspective.
It's that discipline of China got that kind of like self-discipline and discipline all round of kind of like respecting yourself and loving it and being the best version of yourselves, whereas our minds are completely warped to what is best for ourselves, because all we think about is greed, don't we?
It's programmed into us, unfortunately. Like I say, it's consumerism, and we're in a very corporate setting. It's all business, isn't it? And that's the crux of it, really. And everything is business. And if you look at, let's look at what happened 2 days after his inauguration. You've got this guy, what's he called, Larry Ellison, who is the chief of Oracle, which is a tech company, and there's a 500 billion investment into AI. He talks candidly about how AI will track you. Yeah. So let's have a look at this, because this is where it's heading. That's the thing.
Securing schools, we think we can absolutely lock down schools, so that dramatically reduce the case of anyone being on campus that doesn't belong on campus, and immediately alert, second someone pulls out a gun, immediately alert, use AI cameras to immediately recognize that. But we keep everyone off campus that doesn't belong on campus. The police, another thing, body cameras, we completely redesigned body cameras. Our body cameras cost $70. Normal body camera costs, I don't know, $7,000. Our body cameras are simply lenses, two lenses attached to your vest, attached to the smartphone that you're wearing. And we actually take the video that the police officer is, by the way, and the camera's always on. You don't turn it on and off. And by the way you turn it on, you can't turn it on. I'm going to the bathroom. Oracle, I need 2 minutes to take a bathroom break, and we'll turn it off.
Yeah.
The truth is, we don't really turn it off.
No.
What we do is we record it so no one can see it, but no one can get into that recording without a court order.
Would you trust that?
So you get the privacy you requested.
Bollocks, trust that.
But court order, you get a court order, we will, judge.
Anyone can be watching that.
Can order. I want to look at that. This so-called bathroom break.
There'll be somebody out there watching bathroom breaks all day.
That's a worrying thing, but
it's such a hard situation, because I do think it's like, I love technology.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't be here.
I know.
We wouldn't be like, all this information, and then I think like, if my kids go missing, AI. The CCTV, the cameras, the phones, they'll track them, and then they might find them.
Yeah, and people would say that. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So as long as it's for the bad people, then I'm okay.
It's who's
but
hands
it's when
it's in,
I
isn't it?
know, but then it when it comes down to it, it's like, but who do they class as a bad person? And then,
Well, the UK is already they've got more cameras than anywhere else in the world, hasn't it?
London's got the most.
You're talking
isn't it?
total
Like,
surveillance by AI.
yeah,
Do people not realise?
it's already there.
Oh, it is.
I went to
It
the cash
is.
machine
Yeah, it is.
the other day, and I had my sunglasses on and a hat on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put my pin in, and it didn't work,
Okay,
even with my pin.
really?
And I'm like, oh, that's weird. It took my card. It just said cancelled. So I was like, take my glasses off, take my hat off. I'll look in this little mirror thing at the top, which is a camera, and I'll try it again. And it worked. So then I'm like, oh, right. So does it think that someone's stealing my bank card? Because they're already using facial recognition at cash points to the point where they won't allow you to, you know what I mean, draw out. Because I was just like, oh, hang on a minute. I think they're using facial recognition here.
Yeah.
You know, and then in the same breath, I'm like, oh, well, good for me. I didn't get robbed.
Yeah, wait till it's connected to your social crediting score.
No.
You know, I mean, you walk into Asda, don't you, and
I
your
know.
facial recognition's going off straight away. You go to your,
Yeah.
not that I will go to self-service till, by the way, but you see it, they'll
Yeah,
go there,
they're
and you're there looking into the camera, and
Yeah.
and then there's your face, and
I just love it when I get ID'd.
yeah.
I was just like, take me to a human being so they can ID me.
I think there's another video I wanted to show. Oh, this is the one I wanted to show you. So
Police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording, watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior
Yeah.
because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on, and it's unimpeachable. The cars have cameras on them.
Everyone will have a
I think
black
we have
box.
squad car here someplace. But those kind of applications using AI, if we can use AI, and we're using AI to monitor the video. So if that altercation that occurred in Memphis, the chief of police would be immediately notified. It's not people that are looking at those cameras, it's AI that's looking at the cameras. No, you can't do this. It would be like a shooting. That's going to be an event that's immediately, an alarm is going to go off, it's going to be, and we're going to have supervision. In other words, every police officer is going to be supervised
By AI.
yeah,
at all times.
yeah.
And the supervision will, and if there's a problem, AI will report the problem and report it to the appropriate person.
But what
whether
does
it's the
AI
sheriff or the chief or
determine?
whomever we need to
How does AI side with
take
what
control of
human
the situation.
being? How does an AI go, oh, he's wrong and he's right, kill him,
Well, there's
shoot him?
it can only go off complete logic, can't it? It can't go off anything else but that. I don't know. We're entering
weird
very dangerous territory
Yeah, it
with
is.
it, and
It
it is heading into your
drones as well.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
drones
already doing
everywhere.
it.
Yeah.
So it is Terminator. It is The Matrix. It is RoboCop. It's all of that. And
Yeah.
do police officers not realise as well that their jobs are a serious risk right now? Because when AI proper kicks into place and all this stuff's out there, you're only going to need a few. You're not going to need that many.
No.
And
Or
it's-
robo-dogs.
Well, it's the same with the
robo-dogs.
supermarkets. We mentioned the supermarkets. Amazon have already got you don't need a member of staff to be there. You just go in. And
it's like that in Primark. It's all self-service. It's scan your receipt to get
Exactly.
out. You have to get out.
I know.
I mean, if you're a good, innocent human being, then yeah, you pay for your goods and you leave. And there's no problems, is there?
No.
That's what I always think. It's like, you're only going to have a big problem if these like AI people. It's like, do you know what God said to Cain and Abel? It's a story. Don't quote me on it because I'm not good at Bible shit. However, God said to like one of them, Cain, I think, he said, you're going to have a son, right? You're going to have a child. that child is going to wreak havoc. It's going to be demonic, this child. So you need to kill him. When he's born, you need to kill him. And Cain, or whoever it was, because don't quote me on it, but it was like, I can't kill my son. I can't do that. You know, I just can't. And it's almost like, well, we told you it'd be like, you know, opening a can of worms and stuff, because it's almost like, you know, like these people that die, it's like, oh, what if they turned out to be a bloody mass murderer and all this? This is what...
Well, we're going to...
And God is control. God is literally...
Of course.
The governance, it's the control.
The technocrats want to be God, though. That's they're trying to become that. So you're going to have, like, what was it? There was another film, wasn't there? I think Tom Cruise was in it. He's always in films that are very good for, like, predictive programming anyway, but... I think it was where they could read people's thoughts and they could predict that there was a crime going to happen, and they could deal with it before it happened. Yeah. And we're going that way. Yeah. I'm at the point me where I could be thinking of something, and an advert will come up on Facebook.
Oh, absolutely.
So what technology are they using?
Yeah. I know, it's so true, like thinking of stuff and then it's on my phone, talking. And I know we've got Alexas, you know, it's recording what we're saying now.
Yeah, of course.
But it is very...
By the way, he's in his 80s.
No way.
Apparently, yeah.
No way, he's taking NAD. He's taking
summer.
that NAD. I'm taking NAD. I'm 57. Oh God, he looks so well.
Don't he like?
Looks all right, but why?
I mean, obviously, there's a little bit of a stretch going on there, but you know, at the end of the day, I mean, if he's in his 80s, it's like, wow, really? Yeah, that's incredible. But again, so I didn't know much about him, apart from I've heard of Oracle.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, 2 days after Trump's back in, the saviour's back in, and then they're talking about mRNA and the cancer vaccine, which is, again, you know, seriously. So $500 billion investment into AI-driven cancer vaccine. Are we really just letting him off on this?
It's just...
So here we go.
Thank you, Mr. President. One of the most exciting things we're working on, using the tools that Sam and Masa are providing, is a cancer vaccine. It's very interesting. It turns out, I'll be quick, all of our cancers, cancer tumors, little fragments of those tumors float around in your blood. So you can do early cancer detection. If you can do it using AI, you can do early cancer detection with a blood test.
Of course.
And using AI to look at the blood test, you can find the cancers that are actually seriously threatening the person. So we can, again, cancer diagnosis using AI has the promise of just being a simple blood test. Then beyond that, once we gene sequence that cancer tumor, you can then vaccinate the person, design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate them against that cancer. And you can make that vaccine, that mRNA vaccine, you can make that robotically again using AI in about 48 hours. So imagine early cancer detection, the development of a cancer vaccine for your particular cancer, and have that vaccine available in 48 hours. This is the promise of AI and the promise of the future.
And I'm not being funny. I don't know how far you trust AI, but I've used AI. It's not perfect by any stretch. So, like the Princess Kate or whatever it was last year, there's all these photos coming out, and I think she had like 8 fingers or something daft like that. So are you going to trust AI to deliver this technology through your body?
No, absolutely not. But no, it's just complicating more and more when all we have to do is go back to simple's basic non-GMO shitty ass food, If everyone was out there hunting for a meal, they wouldn't have bloody cancer, would they? Because they'd be running around trying to catch a chicken and eating their organic chicken. It's just, this is all greed. It's literally, it stems from greed, and they're trying to use that.
Chickens and beef they want to seem to get rid of as well, as like, so they're wiping out all the chickens for bird flu, and apparently cows farting's causing climate change. So the two meats that most people eat in the Western world.
Yeah. But let's create loads of soya, which is even worse. Like, soybean is bad. And like, I used to be a vegan, didn't I?
Yeah.
Now I know, listen, a cow can feed 500 people, which is a lot. Where, you know, one cow, but it's like soybean, it could take acres and acres of land to create your own little pates, your soya minced pates. It's like, well, what do you want to destroy? Do you want to destroy acres of mice, birds, creatures, or just get one grass-fed cow and live off it for the rest of your life? The thing is, that the balance to food is like eating within your means, isn't it? It's like fish Friday, steak Saturday, Sunday roast. And then I tend to like fast and be like veggie for the rest of the week. Yeah. It's all these mother FOs that are spoiling it.
Of course they are. But they want
Gluteny.
It's the whole sickness thing. It's like they want us constantly sick, constantly stressed and everything else. The climate thing is I've always been like, well, these corporations, when you go to the supermarket and now they charge you 10p for a plastic bag or whatever.
60p,
or whatever
Morrison's.
I mean, but you know, just stop wrapping everything up in plastic. If they cared that much, stop wrapping shit in plastic.
Recycling.
Stop using oils, and if you cared so much, stop spraying shit.
But it's money, innit? They'll make more money to create a solution. Problem, solution.
Yeah.
Divide, conquer. Same old.
It's crazy. The world is absolutely mad. It's mad.
Sad, crazy.
And you know, I don't know. Do you think it's 5D chess?
What?
5D chess, you know, Trump's. See, they always say that Trump's playing 5D chess.
Oh, right, I see.
So he's always playing a game, but yet he's actually destroying the cabal.
Yeah, do you know what? That's what I thought, and I think sometimes, because I think, well, he's gone from Christianity to Judaism, he's doing all this shit, and I think, is he just playing the game? But I've got to refer back to the book of Revelation. False prophet for 3 years. Yeah. We'll have a false prophet, and then all of a sudden, all goes tits up from there onwards. 2030.
Carley, he loves the mRNA. He loves it. This is 2019.
To get the shot, the vaccinations are so important. This is really going around now. They have to get their shot. Today we're on the verge of another American medical miracle. This is one of the greatest miracles in the history of modern day
warp speed
medicine. Pfizer and Moderna have announced their vaccine is approximately 95% effective. These vaccines are also very safe. A medical miracle. We have delivered a safe and effective vaccine in just 9 months. What we've done is historic. Don't let them take it away. Don't take it away from ourselves. You're playing right into their hands when you sort of like, oh, the vaccine. If you don't want to take it, you shouldn't be forced to take it. No mandates, but take credit because we saved tens of millions of lives.
Prove it.
Yeah.
Did you get the booster?
Yes.
I got it.
No, he didn't.
Okay, so...
Bullshit. He didn't get no booster. They're not like... Bill Gates doesn't even get his kids
Johnson, a great gentleman. You ever hear of Johnson & Johnson? He owns the place, I tell you what. This guy's got cash like nobody's got cash. Johnson & Johnson. I came up with a vaccine, with 3 vaccines. All are very, very good. The vaccine is one of the greatest achievements of mankind. And if you take the vaccine, you're protected. Look, the results of the vaccine are very good. And if you do get it, it's a very minor form. People aren't dying when they take the vaccine. I recommend take the vaccines. I did it. It's good. Take the vaccines.
I get it. It's good.
You got, no, that's okay. That's all right.
The booing him.
But I happen to take the vaccine. If it doesn't work, you'll be the first to know.
Thanks.
Okay, so I can't give this guy a pass.
Yeah, no.
I cannot. This is not for me. This is not
somebody.
5D, 12D chess or whatever it is. If you are a follower of someone, you are going to listen to that.
Yeah,
you're going to listen to that, and you're going to go and get it.
Yeah.
Because he's proper recommended that.
Yeah.
He's proper recommended it. Yeah. So I remember speaking to someone about this a few years ago who is a very intelligent guy, very much into the Q thing, but very very intelligent. So I listened to him. I'm open to it. I'm open to being completely wrong, Carly. I wanted to be wrong in 2020. I'd be more than happy if he's coming in and he's being a saviour. I hold my hand and go, I was wrong, belting, great. So he was telling me that Trump had to do it this way to save billions. So millions would die, but billions would be saved by doing it this way. I'm calling bullshit.
Oh, yeah. No, don't get it.
No, I don't.
Bullshit. And half of me thinks that they're just trying to get us out of the way because...
But they want the mRNA in us because we're going into the transhumanism thing. They want
we're
that
the technology.
In us.
I think we're going full cycle with technology. I'm not going to lie. I feel like we've created ourselves in the past, or wherever we've created ourselves as AI, and we are these AI bodies within a biological vessel.
Computer.
But we're all kind of just going full circle with this. We created ourselves, and I think they just want to bop us off because they know AI's coming in, taking all the jobs, and then they just want the mRNA people because they're going to be freaking docile, and they're just going to be like, I will do as I am told because there is nothing left of me.
None of these are heroes for me,
no.
Carla, because for me they're taking us taking us further away from source and nature as possible. And into
these
into
are
this
billionaires. They don't give a crap. They're just playing their own game. They're all billionaires having a good crack on a stand and taking control of billions of people's lives.
So just sticking to AI, and we'll move away from AI in a minute. But this I don't even really know who this guy is, but Sam Altman is another one who is very high up in terms of AI in America.
Yeah. I still expect, although I don't know what, and this is over a long period of time. This is not a like next year or the year after that kind of thing. But over a long period of time, I still expect that there will be some change required to the social contract, given how powerful we expect this technology to be. I'm not a believer that there won't be any jobs. I think we always find new things to do, but I do think like the whole structure of society itself will, be up for some degree of debate and reconfiguration.
So I don't remember ever signing a social contract anyway. I've just come here to live my life. You know what I mean? In whatever shape or form it is. What contract have I had to sign here?
Do you not know? Did you not know?
No, I didn't know.
You're enslaved to the system.
So there's going to be a change to the social contract. Well, I've not got a fucking contract, mate. So you can fuck off.
This is universal credit though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all control.
Yeah, of course it is.
It will all be...
The universal basic income, the social credits. We've been saying it for the past 5 years.
I know.
And now Trump's in, we're going warp speed.
Yeah.
But it's warp speed AI.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Speaking of warp speed, now RFK doesn't get off either. And I read the Fauci book, and I'm very impressed with it. And he says all the right things, by the way. And when he exposes Fauci... very much regarding the AIDS thing in the 80s as well, and he says all the right things, and we have been told very much in the narrative with RFK that he's against vaccines, especially with children and this and the other. But I did see this the other day, and there's a couple. I think it's important to question. So there's a good side, and there's bad sides, isn't there?
Yeah.
Depending on what your perception is. My perception is I don't want tech in my body and I prefer nature. And some people might think, I think it's great. That's their perception. My perception's different. Yeah. Anyway, RFK, I don't think gets a free pass either. Because he seems to be fully on for this warp speed thing.
Word. That science is unobstructed by vested or economic
Oh, it
interest.
sounds a bit.
That's good. I got culture, and I'll just say about Operation Warp Speed. It was an extraordinary accomplishment, showed demonstration of leadership by President Trump. When he promoted Operation Warp Speed, he was looking at all of the different remedies, including vaccines,
therapeutics, everything.
Therapeutic, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, famotidine, even chlorine dioxide. And he was not looking at shutting down our country for the year, forcing people to wear masks for a year, forcing all the social distancing that did not have any scientific basis, which Dr. Fauci has now acknowledged. He said we took it out of thin air. But all of those changed during the Biden administration. And it became very narrowly focused. We ended up with the worst, highest death count of any word.
See, again, it's like he's blaming the Biden administration. No, I'm calling bullshit.
No bullshit.
I'm calling bullshit because I don't believe Trump was looking at any therapeutics or anything. No. I don't think it was anything to do with therapeutics. It was always about the jab.
It's a popularity contest.
But it was about the jab.
Yeah,
it was all about getting mRNA in people's bodies.
Popularity. It's like Piers Morgan at the moment.
Oh God!
He's turned his tune, but they will go to whatever the public is swaying towards, won't they? Because that's how you get views. And it's like, oh, I think I might have been wrong, and it's like, too fucking late, isn't it?
Too late to spread information. Were you taking me, RFK?
We've tried this system where government lies to Americans, or where they tell them about it, that they have it with a level of assurance that they don't feel themselves. And it isn't working. The initial COVID vaccine, Americans flocked to get it. I think 95% of Americans went and got it. The CDC has now recommended an 8th booster, and only 23% of Americans at most are taking it. It's because 77% of Americans no longer trust CDC. That's not a good thing. If we want uptake of vaccines, we need a trustworthy government. In other nations where they don't have mandates, like Japan and a few years ago in Germany, they had the same uptake as we did, without any mandates, because people trust their government. That's what I want to restore to the American people, and the vaccine program. And all vaccines are dropping, and they're doing that because people don't believe the government anymore. We need good science, and I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to restore trust, and that will restore vaccine uptake.
Yeah. Where are you taking me with this one? Because I don't trust this. And not only that, I don't trust the fact that even though it's minuscule, I think it's like $5,000 or $10,000 he's invested into CRISPR, which is a technology, therapeutic,
genetically modification.
Gene altering. Yeah. So are we just to accept that although RFK seems very much on our side, that we have to be very careful where these people
You are
take
your own saviour. You 100%. Are your own saviour in this world.
And we've got to be very
Nobody
careful.
Else. Go with your gut.
But I've got a lot of friends, as you, I'm sure you have as well, who are very, very happy that RFK is coming in. Because he says a lot of the right things, and he does say a lot of the right things. That I'll definitely say that. I think he came out. And he called out Bernie Sanders, which actually I thought was brilliant, and it was something to do with the amount of money Bernie made off that time. So this is interesting.
I'm going to make America healthier than other countries in the world right now.
Will you guarantee do what every other major country does? That's a simple question.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies; it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, no.
Protecting their interests.
I thought that would... No. I ran for president like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had
receiver of pharmaceutical money.
Contributions from workers all over this country. Workers,
you were the
not a nickel from corporate tax.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right, but you have not answered. Last question.
So, credit there.
Credit pointing
there.
It out.
Yeah, but
it's the yin and yang, isn't it?
It is.
It's literally the yin and yang.
I thought it was.
Can't have the good without the bad. Can't have the bad without the good.
It is, but we just got to be very. I think it's important to be very careful and
very
just
skeptical.
keep keep the critical mind. Yeah. This is where I have an issue with. It's like if you are just on a political. If you let's say it's Trump, and you just buy on every word he says, you are in a cult.
Yeah.
You're not thinking for yourself.
No.
You're in a cult.
Thinker. Yeah.
And you've got to be very careful. You've got to question why does he get a pass? Because he said some good stuff, and he has.
Even Elon Musk, when he did the old thingy, right? The AD.
Well, this one. Let's bring that out.
Yeah, it is.
What is that?
Honestly.
What is that?
And is it the Anti-Defamation League or something? Had nothing to say about that, about him doing that. But when you think, I'm not being funny, say...
it's weird.
Say our king did it. Say our king did that.
Yeah.
You know, he's every right to, I suppose.
Yeah.
But if they did, he wouldn't be here. He'd get absolutely rinsed. I don't know. It's just weird how Elon Musk has gotten away with something so extreme, and they're just like, "Oh, it's okay. Just let him
It's so weird. I mean, speaking of Musk, though, it's funny, isn't it? Because he was off his head, weren't he?
It's so funny. I can't.
He was completely
work the guy out. I'd love to have dinner with him.
He was completely and utterly off his face there. I mean, what is that? What's he had there? Is it just kicked in at that point? Oh, there he goes.
He looks otherworldly.
Oh yeah. And then
he's getting in touch with bloody Venus or Mars.
He's very hyper, bless him, isn't he? You know.
Something's wrong with him. I love it when he comes out jumping like.
Look at him go.
It's something my son does. He looks like he's at WWE bloody or something wrestling.
What are we? What?
Ask me up. I know.
What's going on?
I know. And he worries me, Elon, because of the amount of technology. That Starlink system just floating around everywhere. The amount of technology going on.
Yeah.
Neuralink.
Well,
it all just kind of... It's all just funny how it's all just slowly coming together, isn't it?
Well, look at him. He's into the RNA and the mRNA. It's all the same shit again. You know, it's all...
Why are they changing our DNA so much? We are
isn't that
we are such geoengineered beings, aren't we? I mean,
he's off his head, isn't he?
Yeah, but why are they wanting to?
I don't know.
Change
Well, there'll be a reason, won't they? And there's something very spiritual about that. I've always said this is a spiritual war that's going on.
Yeah, taking your soul. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So they want us just connected.
Yeah.
To their servers, don't they? You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Basically.
Yeah.
And if we don't educate the generations coming through on what reality was like and what it really should be about, and that's there's nature and there's God. I mean, tech's great.
Yeah.
To a point.
But
But let's not forget what it's like to be human as well.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Gosh. But let's not avoid the fact as well. You know, speaking of tech and these jabs and everything else, before our saviour has come back in. You know, the mighty Bill Gates.
Since the election.
When are they all going to die?
Go have a
Do you know when are you going to die?
intriguing dinner with him.
What did you discuss? What was intriguing?
Well, we touched on a lot of things. It was over 3 hours. To my surprise, it was, just he and I, his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, and the person who helps manage things for me, Larry Cohen. So the four of us sat there, and it was quite wide-ranging. Global health is the area that I work in, and such amazing things have happened and can happen there.
Yeah.
I spoke a lot about HIV and that the foundation's literally working on a cure for that.
Of course.
We're at an early stage, and so
Shut up.
In the COVID days, accelerated the vaccine innovation. So I, was asking him if maybe the same kind of thing could be done here. And we both got, I think, pretty excited about that.
Just the way he talks about stuff. He is not a genius.
We're very close to getting that done.
Oh, well, talk to my friend Susie about HIV.
He was brought up under eugenics. His father was editor.
He's a nutcase, isn't he? Half of these people, I feel like, they've been abused. He was abused. He was
fascinated to hear.
Probably traumatised.
Well, of course, because these people don't have empathy.
Yeah, because they've been split.
Of course it has. It's
the
MK
spirit.
Ultra kind of stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
They're not the same as us. I remember having this conversation years ago when I recognised that 9/11 was not what we were told, and I had this conversation with my mum. I was like, look, Mum, look at this, right? And trying to show, as you do, you're trying to kind of red pill people.
Yeah.
And she goes, Anthony, why would they do that to us,
Yeah.
And it's like, well, because, Mum, they're not the same as us.
I know.
They're not like
can't
we
believe the evil that's there.
No.
That's present.
I know. So again, the Saviour doesn't get a pass for me because he's having these meetings with this guy, I mean, why are we trusting that?
I know.
Seriously.
I know. When we know it's the same. They're all puppets. So,
Yeah.
Who's the puppet master?
But his inauguration was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was funny. It was fun to watch. I wish ours were more, like in England.
Yeah. Well, like this was good. We went on the WhatsApp before.
Oh yeah. I love his face.
And this is great, isn't it? Because Zuck's having a good eyeful of. There he goes. Oh.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
You can imagine the after party, can't you?
And
hey.
Here he is, Daddy of Evil.
Here he is. And Hillary.
Loving it. Yeah. Another. Yeah. They're all in it. They're all in it together. Look at them.
All these billionaires.
Yeah. And there's Drone Bomber.
They're a different breed,
They certainly are.
What is that? Handshake. He couldn't take his hands. He's like. Well, yes, he is.
Oh, there he goes again.
Oh, look at him. Oh my God.
And he's thinking, I've wiped out loads.
Look at his face.
Unbelievable.
Everything that I've done in the past is forgotten about.
Yeah, I know. But this is it. They get away with it,
yeah,
don't they?
They do.
They get away with it.
Stand up there and smile and wave like nothing's ever happened.
It's wild, Carly. It's wild how this just continues, I also noticed that Trump's ear is perfectly okay as well, even though he was nearly destroyed by a bullet not that long ago. But that looks pretty cool to me. Unless they've done a magic...
It looks weird.
Kind of. Of course
I'm not being funny. That's a weird fucking ear. My ears don't like that.
Well, like I said, they're not like us, are they?
No.
He's not just making America great again either. He's got more to do.
We're going to take back our country, and we're going to make Israel great again, and we're going to make America great again.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Make them both great again, greater than ever before.
You start to wonder what is the big deal with Israel.
I do see a long-term ownership position, and I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East. And everybody I've spoken to, this was not a decision made lightly. Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land, developing and creating thousands of jobs with something that will be magnificent in a really magnificent area that nobody would know. Nobody can look because all they see is death and destruction and rubble and demolished buildings falling all over. It's just a terrible sight. I've studied it. I've studied this very closely over a lot of months, and I've seen it from every different angle. And it's a very, very dangerous place to be. And it's only going to get worse. And I think this is an idea that's gotten tremendous, and I'm talking about from the highest level of leadership, gotten tremendous praise. And if the United States can help to bring stability and peace in the Middle East, we'll do that.
You think, well, God, it's halfway across the world, it's just Israel, blah, blah, blah. It's Christianity. It's the whole book. It's the whole Jesus and all that stuff. Because I'm not religious, but the whole book, script by script, is literally what's playing out. It's like, why are you so bothered about Israel? You know?
Well,
why?
Good question.
Stargate?
You can't say anything.
Is there a Stargate there?
Because you'll be anti-Semitic.
Oh yeah, of course.
And the executive order that's come in now.
Chop my hands off.
The executive order that's come in America, but obviously I read something a while ago that the UK is going to do the same thing.
Yeah, but they lobby money.
Israel lobby. they lobby very much the political parties. Labour's very much lobbied by Israel. These guys are all lobbied by Israel.
Yeah, they are.
You know,
because that's who run the planet.
Well, there's you know, we
I don't want to go into it because it's a bit like
you're not allowed to say anything, are you?
The whole Hitler thing and all that jazz. I think people are starting to think, hang on a minute.
You're not allowed to say anything,
no,
and you're not allowed to have an opinion on it because it creates offence.
Yes.
And then if you create offence, you're in big bother.
Would Palestinians have the right to return to Gaza if they left while the rebuilding was happening?
It would be my hope that we could do something really nice, really good, where they wouldn't want to return. Why would they want to return? The place has been hell. It's been one of the meanest, toughest places on earth.
Yeah. And nowadays, like, you know, with the horrific situation that happened in Southport, people have been thrown in jail for saying things in the UK.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't say anything.
No, I know.
You have to be careful all the time. It's
easier said than done with me.
And wait till AI comes in because you'll be like,
well,
can't even think now. I'm not
Carley thought this thought. Carley thought this today. You know, it just pops up. Oh, Carley's thinking.
Carley's a pervert.
Oh yeah. Oh, Carley said this. Oh. I don't
anyway,
know.
Fauci got pardoned as well.
What for though? What's he been pardoned for? Or is he just been pardoned? Oh my God. I love that. Oh, it was like a granddad. Granddad Fauci.
Like Granddad Fauci's.
With his massive hypodermic needle. That's funny.
Oh dear.
I have those as Christmas cards.
It's just, you know, and Biden, so he leaves 4 years of just hilarious shit, let's be honest. The whole thing's hilarious. It's just a big show to me, a big pantomime, but I find him funny, me. I find Trump funny. I find Biden funny. You know, they're just funny.
Yeah.
It's all an act. It's funny.
Yeah.
But on the serious side of it, people are getting trodden all over, and there's like literally people dying because of all this as well. Yeah. But if we don't look at it in a funny side, we're gonna lose our minds with it, really. You know. But so Biden's come out now and apparently he's stated that you know, the oligarchs are taking over. You know, not that he's had anything to do with that himself, obviously, and you know, there's been no underhand dealings going on with the Ukraine, or you know, his son's not got off with anything, and you know, blah blah blah, you know, but they just get away with it. So he's played his part now, and they'll just wheel him away.
He'll be in Hawaii somewhere.
If it was Biden anyway, this is another actor with a mask.
Yeah, same old. They just go off the screen, don't they, and enjoy their lives.
They do. They do. I see the banks went off in the UK though.
I know. My friend was like, Barclays is down. It's showing that I've got £0. £0? Everyone's like, banks just went to zero, right? And they couldn't buy anything, everything. And they're saying, go to a food bank or something for now, we'll sort it. Just like, it's all right, just get yourself down to food bank, love. And but then I saw on TikTok that Barclays were letting you draw out money as much as you fucking want. Yeah. So even though it said the accounts were zero, you could go.
Still
so there's this girl. She's like, I'm going to do it, guys. I'm going to go and do it, and I'm going to record. And she's there, and she's like, shall I do 200? And she's like, holy shit, I've only got £10 in my bank, and now I've got to, and she's like, this is great. And everyone's like, don't do it, don't take that money out, because they'll get it back. I mean, if that's true, I think I'd go and take it out, to be fair.
Try it.
If it was me, I'd be yeah, fuck this. I've only got a tenner, I might as well give it a go. Do you know? But yeah, that's the first, it only takes...
Well, there was over the weekend as well, because I think Barclays Bank came out with something on the lines of, we're really sorry and stuff.
Again, CMEs, do you not think?
Yeah.
CME?
Yeah.
Massive coronal mass ejection thing. Yeah. That'll bring your electronics banks down.
Yeah. Of course it will. Of course it will. But they were saying to people, we're really sorry, but go and use a food bank.
Yeah, I know, a food bank. Can you imagine? If I said that, honest to God.
And then you got, so yesterday I bank with Lloyds, and Lloyds and Halifax apps went down for a bit yesterday.
I know you said, I don't spend that much money. I wouldn't know. I don't know.
I had to send my daughter some money, and it took ages for the app to work. Eventually it worked, but there was a bit of an outrage on that as well.
All right.
And then Rachel Reeves, our Chancellor. Do you know anything? I don't know much about her, Rachel Reeves. But
is she the ginger one? Which one?
No, she's got dark hair. She looks like.
I think I know her.
She looks like she's one of the lead roles out of the Roald Dahl's The Witches. She's got this bob.
Dark bob.
But she apparently, allegedly, lied on her CV.
So this is your first appearance on Good Morning Britain since quite a few months, and certainly since allegations about you enhancing your CV, your personal CV, surfaced.
She told people she was investments or something like that, but she just worked in the bank. In retail or something like that. And she lied on the CV, but there's now like a Chancellor of
Oh my God!
Not that that matters, because people who were
I had an OnlyFans account, and now I'm applying for Parliament.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And apparently she had a credit card taken off her or something.
Did she? Because she couldn't pay it.
Something like that. But she came out it was a few weeks ago. She came out and said, anyone who is causing the taxpayers benefit fraud, effectively.
Yeah.
So anyone who's doing that, we are coming for your bank account. So we're going to take money directly out of your bank accounts. Now, but so the banks go down. It shows that we're heading to we're going into a point where they're going to be able to just take money out of your bank account.
Oh yeah.
So she even mentioned something on the lines of we'll take the driving licenses off you as well. So that'll really work, won't it? Where people can't go to work.
I've never been pulled over in 14 years of driving. Never been pulled over.
Yeah.
Never.
Good for you. I have.
And I've driven bad. But do you know when you just think, okay, take my driving licence away, but then what's going to stop it? You got to have police on the street, or is it all these CCTV cameras? Yeah, so it'll be all the cameras and monitoring me.
Eventually what will happen is when everything's completely electric and digital, what they want, and I don't think they're going to get there, but I think this is what they want. You're probably going to be, with the mRNA tech and everything else, to get in your vehicle or to start the vehicle, you're going to have have to connecting to whatever to get the thing working.
Yeah.
That's where it'll go eventually, and I think some people will buy into that.
I think the universal credit system is very close to basically controlling what you spend your money on, universal credit. Because, so I'm on universal credit, and I always say, if I bought a lottery ticket now and won millions of pounds, but I'm on, is that a bit of a farce? Is it not?
I hope you win, though.
I hope I win. But it goes to show, because you get like food money, so you're not allowed to buy alcohol, tobacco, or gamble. Like, so no ticket.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll get your credit, but it will all be controlled of what you spend.
It's vouchers, isn't it? It's not really money. It's vouchers.
Yeah, it's coupons. It's basically coupons.
Yeah, basically. There you go. So you've had too much bread this week.
Yeah.
So you can only have, or if you drink alcohol, you've had 5 cans this week of
that's your
lager.
allowance.
That's your allowance. You're not allowed anymore.
That's it.
Yeah. It's we've been saying it for years, though.
I know.
We've been saying it for years.
It's coming.
Well, yeah, it is. I think they are going to be rolling this stuff out. It's just that push. We're into 2025. We're 5 years into this 2030 agenda.
Yeah.
I think it'll take a bit longer, but they're going to go warp speed.
Yeah.
Warp speed AI tech.
Have you heard, though, when they say about this warp speed? So there's this whole thing with time, that Donald Trump is this kind of
the Baron thing.
Yeah, so it's like time traveller. But there's also, is it the 28th or 29th of March? Basically, that day, I think it's the 29th of March. Every year on that day, something majorly happens or something. But it's, without going too far into it, it's something to do with the number 8.
Oh, really?
And like infinity.
Infinity, yeah.
Yeah, and time. And I don't know. I need to look more into it.
Yeah.
But Trump has got a bit. When you watch the, Back to the Futures, and you've got.
Oh, yeah.
Is it who's the guy in it who's like the bully, and he's like in his Trump Tower in the second one.
Oh, he's in the Trump Tower, isn't he?
And he looks just like Trump, and then he comes in and it says like Atomic Kid, but then when he goes back in time or in the future, it goes Jesus Christ Returns. Like the movie changes from Atomic Kid to Jesus Christ Returns.
Okay.
Like, so when you're looking, and then you've got the Twin Towers in there and stuff like this.
Okay.
You have to watch it again.
Yeah.
But there's a lot in terms of time and the messing about with time. So when he's on about warp speed, is he going to make things go? Because I think the whole COVID thing is a blur now. And it's like people have forgotten those past 2-3 years were so traumatic for people.
Massive.
And now it's just gone, done.
Yeah. People are just getting on with the shit.
Yeah.
I can't forget about it, though.
No.
I can't, and I won't as well.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We don't, though. We was massively affected, whereas the num-nums...
They came for our kids.
We're just
I don't forget about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Covaids, so there's been a Covaid inquiry in the UK this week, which obviously coincides with Piers Morgan coming out and going, I got it wrong.
Yeah,
I got it wrong. I mean, I pushed it like nobody else. But now I got it wrong because, like you said about popularity, that's all it's about with him, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's just a wanker, isn't he? I can't stand him, to be honest with you. And then they're saying in America, they're saying a lab leak, and I'm not falling for that either.
No, a lab leak for what?
I'm not falling for that because that's just again taking people on a path that that we found out and we got to blame. So it's China.
And by the way, I love China.
Yeah.
So it's them that's done it, and then we're the saviours. So we found out, it's been really bad and it won't happen again, but take our mRNA anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Piers has come out and said all that. And Chris Whitty, one of the biggest gobshites of the past few years, absolutely without a doubt, is now coming out. And so he's trying to get popular. Well, he's never going to be popular, is he? Unless you're an alien. Look at him. Seriously.
Sceptical about mandatory COVID jobs for healthcare workers.
So he was sceptical, was he? And it's 100% a political decision. You don't say, Chris.
Yeah.
You don't say.
I know.
You don't say.
So you were sceptical, but you still did it.
You sceptical my ass.
You can't be sceptical now.
I'm calling.
Bullshit.
I'm calling bullshit.
Bullshit, Chrissy.
He don't look right, though, does he? Look at him, bless him. It's not right,
All these
is it?
people in charge of health, I literally look at them and think... unhealthy.
You know what,
like,
Carly? Even if they all came out and they started apologising, they can fuck off.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's same with the Mark Zuckerberg thing. It's too late now.
Too late.
Like, you know, I don't even want to put a number on it, but thousands and millions of people.
We don't know, do we?
Have been affected.
We don't know
because
the damage that's caused.
On the low down, even before. The thing is, what infuriates me as well with the whole COVID thing was, the whole vaccine shit, really bad. But people forget before that,
the lockdowns,
they were locking people away to die on their own.
People killed themselves.
Yeah,
people committed
people
suicide.
Were killing themselves.
People's mental health have suffered. People's businesses have been destroyed.
Yeah, the livelihoods changed.
All of this.
Relationships have changed. Like,
the
amount of destruction before there was any mention of jab was already in full swing. And
you saw it firsthand in the profession you were in.
Yeah.
That's why you went to protest, because you could see the damage it was causing those people. It's serious shit. You know, the kids that were going into schools that were being told that they had to stay away from their friends.
Yeah.
You know, all that kind of stuff. Like you said, people dying
Can't
alone.
play on the park, kids. You're not allowed to play on the park in case some old person
we best
dies.
tape up a park bench.
Taping up a park.
Really?
Honest.
Really?
And then I went to Lytham and I chucked my kids onto that park over the tape. I just chucked them on, like, there you go and play.
Go and play.
And then these people in their bubbles eating ice cream that they just paid cash with, right? Cash, the most dirtiest fucking object on the planet, right?
Well, I was licking my cash when at the pub and like that every night. I never got the Covaids.
My immune system's great. But I'm looking at these people just thinking, are you retarded? Like, you've just paid cash for an ice cream. You're sitting, and they were having a go at me for letting my children go on a park.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how brainwashed do you have to be to make yourself look so idiotic? Do you know what I mean? It's sad. It's sad, really.
I know.
If that ever happens again, I don't know.
You know what? Well, I think a number of us wouldn't ever go down that route like we didn't the first time round, did we? So I think more and more people would be on our side if they pushed it. I think less and less people are going to do it.
Yeah, I do.
Unfortunately, you do get... It's the older generation, unfortunately, because they've been brought up with a lot of trust and faith in...
BBC
in politics to a point, and especially to the people in white coats.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of trust and faith in that. They've got a lot of faith and trust in the front page of a Daily Mail, unfortunately. Like you say, the BBC. And the brainwashing is massive.
I know.
It's massive.
The old lady, I saw this interview, and this old lady was like, oh, well, I got the vaccine because there was somebody clever than me to make the decision for me.
And it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, and you just think...
It's so sad.
Like,
because we can't think for ourselves.
No.
And, but again, it's trust.
Yeah, you're basing that trust onto someone who's cleverer than you and telling you it's the right thing to do, and that's what's like...
But the thing is, people did it. Majority of people, I would say, majority of people did it and behaved in that way because they're good people.
Yeah,
because they were doing what they thought was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And that's why we were the bad people.
Yeah.
Because we refused to do it.
Yeah.
But yet we were seeing that different perception.
Yeah.
So I understand their side. I can sit in it and I can understand their side of it.
Yeah.
But they can't. Most of them can't sit in our side still.
No.
Because that then destroys their worldview.
It will break their reality.
Totally. It will totally destroy the worldview, because then when you start going, actually, hold on a minute, the government were trying to destroy us.
Yeah, and kill us off.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
It's unthinkable, isn't it?
No, that's why I just don't. It's almost like we don't bring it up in the family now, because it's just like, do you know what? What's done is done.
I know. But I can't stop. I can't stop with it because they came for my kids.
Yeah.
And I can't go back on that at all.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I can't.
Absolutely.
I mean, I lost
but the older folk, I'm saying, like, the older folk that are just like, they're plodding along, like, life is great. And you don't want to shatter the reality.
No, of course not.
Do you? Because it's just freaking...
It's not nice.
No. No, it's not.
It's not.
So.
The red pill thing is not easy.
No, it's not.
It's not easy at all. It's hard.
It's horrible.
Well, it is because your world changes and you become more lonely.
Yeah.
Because people disappear out of your life as well because you're not on that level. It's very challenging.
Yeah.
But we were lucky that we came together
and had a group.
We were lucky. A lot of people wouldn't have had that.
No, they didn't. You're right.
Anyway, changing the subject. But to a point, because obviously the World Economic Forum played its major part. And before we jump into this, I will forget. Trump and Klaus Schwab.
Oh.
So we're bringing Trump in again.
Friends?
Well, we've loved it. We think it's a great country, a beautiful country, and we have had a tremendous success.
Yeah, great success.
And this gentleman, as you know, he's done a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One more question. What?
Done a great job, has he? Has he now?
Oh, but it's 12D chess, Carl.
I know.
It's all right. Everything,
that?
just trust the plan.
Yeah, I know.
Trust it.
Okay.
Don't do anything for yourself. Just trust it.
Dangerous.
Don't think for yourself. Trust it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in Davos this week.
Oh, yeah.
David Beckham has been there. What the hell is David Beckham
begging
doing?
for a knighthood.
Of course he is.
Begging for it.
Of course he is.
It's his last thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, look at him. Look at him there.
But you also participate in the King's Fund. Is that something more recent? What's your relationship?
Yeah, I always get emotional talking about anything that I do.
Of course.
Because I've always been a huge royalist. I was brought up in
a royalist.
household that adored and loved everything that came with the royal family. So, you know,
even the paedophilias?
The Prince of Wales.
But he's
I've always been there whenever he's asked me to get involved with things.
Oh, yeah.
You know, whether it be veterans, whether it be the London Air Ambulance.
He's just gagging for some attention, isn't
he? To get 2 new
gagging on
helicopters
summer.
for London. You know, these are the things.
But he's gagged on a lot of summer.
I bet.
used to see the helicopters going over.
Helicopters,
and you knew exactly what they were going to do. They were on the way to an emergency. So
you know what? It actually angers me a little bit. So just. So did you see this with it? This is a little while ago actually, but him and Bill Gates did a little advert.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
What? I've never seen this. What the fuck? I don't get it. Is it to just, again, is it like to get the cool kids?
They're sharing a set of common goal, Carly. They're going to end
Look
malaria.
at these.
We're going to end malaria. Zero malaria.
Zero. Just loads of robotic mosquitoes. Why is malaria? I don't think malaria is that big of a problem, guys. I think they make all that shit up. Have you seen pictures of Ethiopia? Ethiopia. You think of mud huts, you think of, poor people. But Ethiopia is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what they tell you...
It's propaganda, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's propaganda. He's got an award, though.
Oh, what is it?
He's been honoured.
Oh, a crystal.
He's been honoured. He's got his little crystal thing, yeah. Look at him
Crystal
there.
award.
Hey, look at him.
Thank you to the World Economic Forum.
World of Economic.
But when economic
I am
from
deeply
him.
honoured to be recognised for my philanthropic work over the past 2
What?
decades.
Philanthropic?
Although I have to say work really isn't the right word for something which I find so rewarding and inspiring.
I've just learned
This
to read.
work is a privilege.
Did it?
It has taken me all
I
over the
play
world,
football.
introduced me to new communities,
Oh, it gives me a
and it has
headache.
opened my eyes to
Imagine
challenges
playing
facing the
football and
world's
then
children.
next minute
So, to receive
you're
this
on what?
award for something that has given me so much
You know
is
what?
humbling, and I'm truly grateful.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
And then Gary fucking Neville's there. What's Gary Neville there for? What's Beckham there for? What have they got? What's any of them there for?
Have they just been paid?
What brings you here today? What brings you to the World Economic Forum?
Money.
Down the front, man. Just having a meeting with Janie.
Oh, how you doing, Jana?
I'm just having a meeting with Jana.
How are you feeling about the new Trump administration for Britain? Do you think it's going to be good?
No comments.
No comments? What about Elon Musk highlighting the grooming issue in your country? Do you think that's a good thing?
Manchester United.
Not saying anything.
Oh, look at that! I've been. Was I not being useful before? I love it. I'm copying it from brother. Let me ask you quickly. Do you think it was a good thing that Elon Musk is highlighting the grooming gang problem in your country?
I've got no comment, mate.
Really? Why not?
I've got no comment on Trump and Musk and all the rest of it.
So what brings you here, though?
What brings me here?
Yeah, what does bring you here, Gary?
I'm a partner in the company with Janie.
Oh, what's the company?
What does Janie do?
Kinsella.
Oh,
okay. There's nothing dodgy.
Nothing dodgy here.
Nothing dodgy here.
Nothing dodgy here, mate. Nothing dodgy.
For the future now.
Just going to a meeting with loads of
You know what cracks me up though? Gary Neville generally can't shut up about politics. He can't shut up, but he's got no comment.
Yeah, when it comes to that. Well, they're all paid off, aren't they?
Of course they are.
Imagine.
You
how
know
much
what?
money would it take?
They forget where they come from, these people.
Yeah, they do.
They forget.
They're all brainwashed.
So that's most of the serious shit out of the way anyway.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, we've kind of
covered
a lot there. But,
covered a lot. And there's still more.
Well, there is. So apparently climate change causes cancer. Did you know that?
I do now.
And this is coming from Tedros.
Is it all that peanut butter they make? Peanut butter causes cancer.
Changing. Transmission of diseases like malaria, dengue, and cholera could significantly increase as weather becomes more extreme, reducing access to safe water and contributing to the expansion of disease-carrying vectors such as mosquitoes.
It's not Bill Gates, it's mosquitoes.
These mosquitoes have barcodes on them. Have you seen them?
Associated with climate change and air pollution.
Of course.
Yeah. Plant more trees.
Estimates that 7 million deaths a year are linked to air pollution. Increasingly frequent and severe weather events linked to climate change are causing deaths and injuries, while destroying health infrastructure and overburdening health systems.
What a wanker.
I know.
We're seeing record-breaking and often lethal temperatures. The highest record was July this year.
Shut up.
Oh, gobshite. You know what? I've been to Africa, right?
Rubbish.
I've been to Africa, and the air quality in Africa is 10 times better than it is here.
Brilliant. I know. To put 7 million deaths based on air.
Bollocks.
I'm
calling bullshit.
It's bullshit. The amount of bowel cancer. Now that's bloody a pandemic, but they won't talk about that.
No.
Because they feed it us. So.
What do you make of this Bonnie Blue thing?
Bonnie Blue? Oh.
So she's the OnlyFans girl, apparently, that's... she's saying she slept with 100 men, apparently, allegedly, didn't she? And then she did 1,000. I'm calling bullshit on that.
They don't finish. Don't count.
I don't think it's...
Don't count if you don't finish.
What's the logistics on the
Sorry, but one of the customers was like, listen, love, I've not even finished yet. And she was like, sorry, off your pop, I've got a world record to make.
I'm not having it, me. I'm not wearing it. Did you see the photograph of it?
No, which one?
It's going to shock you this. I'm not going to put it up on the screen. Well, I'm going to shock you with this, right?
Right.
So, it's on Twitter.
Oh
no! Okay, now what's apparent to me? Now we're going on about grooming gangs in the UK at the moment.
Well,
this is kind of normalising something.
She's basically in one, isn't she? All balaclavaed up.
All balaclava. But now the blue thing's interested me as well. So she's called herself Bonnie Blue.
Yeah.
They're all wearing blue balaclavas. And I'm thinking, well, what else? Now blue, I had a look into it. Blue creates trust psychologically. It's like a trusting colour.
Yeah.
You've got the blue ticks on Twitter.
Yeah.
You've got you've got blue pills are the Viagra. It's all about trust. So what else? This is a psyop.
Yeah.
This is so I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm not clearly she's up to something because we can see the picture here. You know, she's clearly up to something. She'll
probably be part of the political party next year. This girl.
She probably will.
She'll work her way up.
She's exposed a footballer to a point as well.
That's what I mean. She must have a lot of people she can blackmail.
So a soccer player.
Yeah.
That wasn't filmed.
What team? No, Liverpool.
Okay. Oh.
So
does he start? You can't be bench player.
Yes. No, he wasn't on the bench.
Oh,
so,
he's playing.
Yeah, so he's playing, and he messaged me saying, "Oh, I heard you took," because at the time I'd only taken 22 guys in one night. And he's like, "Oh, I've heard you taking 22 guys in one night." He's like, "I'm pretty jealous." And at the time I joked saying, "What, me taking 22 guys?" And he said yes. And he wanted me to organise 22 guys for him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and obviously in football, people don't talk about either being gay or bisexual.
Wait, he wanted to be you? He wanted to be Bonnie, and
that's what I mean. It's on the messages to start with. I was confused.
All right, so he's like
gay
bestie.
So he wanted 22
yeah,
guys.
obviously we're besties.
Oh my God.
He wants to be.
Sounds like it, yeah.
But you did.
He plays for Liverpool.
No, he just wanted me to organise guys for him.
Did you do it?
I would have been like, give me a rate.
No, I haven't done it.
Are you for real?
Deadly serious.
She's deadly serious. Couldn't do that.
It's definitely a psyop for me.
All these extreme.
You know.
Big shout out. The shag table was quite squeaky clean.
Yeah, well done, Janitor Connor.
Oh my God, Janitor Connor.
Look at him, he's that proud of himself, aren't he?
I know, yeah. Can you imagine putting that on your CV? A clean cum off a table.
I bet he's there he's with his spray and his rag. Quick! Clean that off, quick!
There's more there.
His bucket.
Bloody hell!
Bloody hell, Bonnie! Bonnie, you're covered in it!
Christ.
Covered in it. Get me a blue balaclava, quick.
Oh, set his own window cleaning service up, won't he, soon?
And what about modern art? Do you like art?
Oh, I saw these.
Did you see this one? So this is good shit.
I mean, my kids do that down corridor. That's me making mash. That's literally me making mash and sausage.
It's like, I can't be arsed. Can't be arsed.
That's like Esme. Oh my
This is
God.
a good one. This is a good one. Ready?
Oh, my kids would love this.
Well done. Well done. See, round of applause.
Did you
well
see
done.
that one? And it was a banana.
Yeah.
They sold like a banana for like $1 billion. And then this buyer of this banana, this Chinese guy, just like eating this banana for £1 billion. And then you've got all these like starving children just like, you know. And it's just so extreme that you'd pay $1 billion for a banana and you can't solve hunger. Or give someone some clean water for a year. I don't know.
I've got a couple of things to end on.
Yeah.
Just to lighten things a little bit.
Yeah.
So Melinda Gates and Michelle Obama had some time together recently as well. I thought this
Girl time.
60 this summer.
Look at them.
You turned 60 this year. Let's just start a little bit with transition. We all go through lots of transitions, but you've been through some big ones.
Oh yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
People ask you a
Michelle.
lot about, okay, what was it like to transition into the White House? But what I really want to know is, what was it like to transition out? What was the next day like for you? And then, and then how have you kind of thought about like designing your life and who you want to be?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for including me in these amazing conversations, and happy birthday ahead of time.
The 60 Club.
I told you, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But transitions, the day after we left the White House, first of all, it felt good and strange because we still lived in D.C. We made the decision to stay in Washington, and the girls were in school and their lives were in D.C. I mean, we had successfully transitioned them and raised them in D.C.
Do you know we were talking before about people getting arrested, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the UK, there's been a new...
seen it. I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
What the fuck?
I love it. I love her. I love what she stands for.
A woman from Wales is facing jail after bombarding her boyfriend's ex with videos of herself farting. Rhiannon Evans, 25, has appeared in court today to plead guilty to her husband in Britain's first ever cyber farting case.
Can you imagine?
She was accused of causing distress or anxiety to her boyfriend's ex after sending videos of herself passing wind. The prosecution
Oh my
told the
God, that is
magistrates
so
in the first
funny.
video she sent, she proceeds to pass gas by placing the camera on her bottom and passing the gas. Over the next few days, another 4 videos were sent of the same nature, showing Rhiannon passing wind and then showing her face smiling at the camera. I bet. And New Year's Day, despite
How long she got? I can't believe girls like that being jailed.
Has she been jailed, or is it just saying?
It's probably got a cautionary or something for a story.
Face in prison for farting on a video or something.
Meanwhile, you've got paedophiles like running around.
Well, it just shows the absolute absurdity of
does,
everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's just conclude on cyber farting.
Let's conclude on cyber farting. That was a lot of that.
Yeah, it was.
It was a lot. There's going to be a lot next time as well.
I know. We'll see you.
Planet fucking weird.
Planet weird. It's so fucking weird. I don't even know. Yeah. Just keep me on this gravy train. I'll just keep laughing.
See you soon.
Laugh along.
Bye.
Bye.